Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is Peter Phelps again, and well, I wanted to try to get better audio for this camera, but it turns out that the microphone jack that's on this or whatever is, I guess, just to listen to, because every time I try to plug that in, the screen just goes blank. I have no idea. So I was trying to get better audio because everybody's biggest complaint is my audio isn't that good. And so I think I am just going to have to get another camera when I can afford one. I don't know. I just know that I'm stuck, I guess, with the audio that this microphone has on the camera. So I'm sorry if the audio still sucks. Until I have some money, I can't really deal with it. I was hoping that would work. So this video is supposed to be about the Creality Ender 3. This is like my 4-month update on using this. Now, the very first thing I ended up doing when I got it was to go ahead and print a cover for the back of the electronics, because my nieces and nephews might accidentally put their hands back there. I don't want them to do that. These are off Thingiverse. I printed up this arm to allow the filament to go over, better arc. I had printed a Z stabilizer and attached it, but then I decided to upgrade to the this is the dot bit BMG extruder, and it ended up hitting it when it was up here, which when I was printing a very tall piece, so that was a bad thing. So yeah, this is the BMG dual extruder, dual gear extruder, and it's basically a Bondtech knockoff. You can get it for like $15 off of eBay, and it really does improve the extrusion part. And I want to, eventually I'm going to try out doing a volcano type hot end on the end of this. I'm trying to print it 1mm just to speed things up for some of this big stuff. Like this is a big huge vase I'm making right now. It's going to take like 6 hours, and it's going to be doing, I've been experimenting with the vase mode or spiralized 3D printing, so that's what I'm doing now. The biggest complaint I have about this machine has to be the X-axis. I've had to tear it apart and mess with and readjust this like 4 times in the 4 months I've had it. So every month you want to tinker, well, that's great. You might also make sure that you have all your wheels tight. Use the little eccentric nuts. Make sure your wheels are tight. If they're too tight though, you'll get like a lot of brown little flaky pieces as it wears against the extrusion. But that's okay. As you also notice, 2 months. I had this 2 months, and I had to replace the fan in here. So that's what these wires up here are. That's me replacing the fan on that. Basically, one of the fins on the fan just broke off. I found it down next to inside my print almost. So that's another little issue. You would think that their fan would survive longer. If you do the Bondtech or BMG, your steps go up on the E-axis for the extruder to 415 is initial, but then you do definitely want to sit there and calibrate it. So what I was doing is I took this and I would mark it at 100mm, tell it to run 80, and then measure the difference between the mark and the end of this little blue piece. It was straight when I was working on it. I've also replaced this only because I crushed it a little one time trying to take it out with a pair of nail nose pliers. So it got kind of stuck in here. So I had to replace the Teflon tube. I wonder if I can show you what my settings are. I'll show you what, because I went and ran some calibrations. I'll show you what my settings were. It's because of the black light, this doesn't like to focus. Whoops. I'll go back to that and I'll just read them off to you. So my steps per millimeter X and Y are 79.6. My Z steps are 416.64. My E steps are 398.13. It won't focus. Okay, sorry. Other than that, I've done some really big prints. I've been doing a lot of this spiralized vase type stuff, just because I want to do some stuff to try to post onto Etsy. I'm going to be starting up an Etsy store called Phelps 3D store. Really simple. Phelps 3D store. And I'm going to be trying to post keychains, some of these vases designs I've done, and maybe a couple other things. There's a couple of pieces from the Supernatural, like the Angel Blade. I redesigned one of the ones that was online for a customer, and then I did up the anti-possession rune for them. Another customer of mine, he wanted the Tenant lamp for the Doctor Who's TARDIS, and that was a really long print. The cage part itself took me 18 hours. The top was about 12, and the bottom was about 8 hours. So fun. But hey, I haven't been able to print this big of stuff before, so that's one of the nice things, even though this is one of the smaller of the Creality printers. And I do like this bed where I can pull it off and just flex it and the stuff just pops right off, and I'm not having to constantly put blue painter's tape on like I used to on my old CTC. So if I had to give this a rating, like a star rating, I'd probably give it about a 4 out of 5. And I'm playing around with this splendid PLA. It changes color, so some of the vases look pretty cool. Although I would have liked something brighter. I mean, the brightest color in there looks like a maroon. This is like brown, green, blue, and kind of a maroon color. But it does make for an interesting effect, especially on something this big. I'll probably. But, so that's where I am at this point. Like I said, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 star rating. Thank you for watching. Bye.